So I'm gonna turn things over to you. Just count me down and I'll be on my way.
Alrighty. So we're actually gonna start once I select use default statistics here. So bring up my timer on this side. We can go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Alrighty, guys. Welcome to X-Men Legends 2. So this game, being a sequel to X-Men Legends, and it brought about some pretty significant quality of life changes in general that we're going to abuse in this run. But first, we start off on the intro stage, and we do not get to select our characters here. We also have no reserve characters, which doesn't really affect anything. Reserve characters get 75% of the experience that active characters get. But again, we don't have any right now. And there's several little tiny optimizations that you can do to this intro stage. I'm almost driven myself crazy at one point. I'm trying to get them all. Yeah, it's just really like a second here and a second there. And we just have this one force battle room. So we just target these guys with Magneto until he runs.
Stay close to me. You should have run when you had my enemy. Keep close.
And hopefully these guys will take out.
Defeating my enemy.
Yeah.
Close ranks.
Actually good.
This one's too strong.
And I run out of
close ranks.
with Magneto, just switch to Cyclops to try to finish him off. And then we take Wolverine for the rest of the stage. So we're gonna switch off to him now.
I don't have enough power to do that.
I'm gonna try to clip the laser at the back of Wolverine. Okay. So that's a little bit of an animation.
This is
right
gonna
there.
be sweet.
Can turn the game sound down a little bit. Hopefully that brought it into balance.
I need more energy for that.
And another little optimization that's really luck-based. Actually, this is pretty good.
I don't have enough power to do that.
So that guy opened the door, so it's giving another door opening animation.
Greetings. This location is known as the Sanctuary, a retreat of Magneto.
Okay, I brought it down a little bit more. Hopefully that helps.
Deadpool, Gambit, Scarlet Witch, Toad.
Let's see. So we do need to get these guys into their Age of Apocalypse gear.
Age of Apocalypse.
Game's still really loud in comparison to my voice. Okay, it's good. Good to hear. Okay, so we're actually going to switch to Toad here. And like I was saying, this is kind of the main team that we're going to be using throughout the run. We did used to use Deadpool, or Nightcrawler instead of Deadpool, and also Sunfire in place of Scarlet Witch. But when I was tinkering with the route, I made some pretty major reroutes to this game. Yeah, so each character has a purpose. Toad's purpose is he has a boost called Secretion. It boosts the party's actual movement speed and defense. Oh, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. So it's movement speed and melee damage, which we don't worry too much about melee damage. So, oh sweet, I got that too. That's a thing that I found as well. If you dive kick on top of an enemy, you can actually jump off and get almost launched like across the map. And I do it 3 times. I'm probably not going to go for the third one here. The third one, with that one, I do have an issue actually like flying out of bounds and going into that water over there. So we're just gonna fight. We're gonna set the equipment to be distributed automatically. That's actually pretty important. And then we're gonna come upon Blink. So Blink is very important to this run. We don't get to control her proper, but she does lead to some pretty massive skips later on. We're actually getting lots of equipment here. Okay, we want to make sure that everybody gains a level by the time we get to the other side. This is on PC, hence the loading times here. The console version of this game loads much slower. So we don't want auto level. So for Deadpool, we're gonna pretty much just put his points in the strike. Everyone else, we're gonna split between body and focus. And more importantly, we're gonna activate their mutant powers. Energy form, this thing we want for Gambit. We want Rupturing Jab and Teleport. We want Probability Siphon for Witch, Secretion, and we're actually gonna set them to use those things automatically. Be careful in this. So I'm just gonna take control of Deadpool right here. His teleports are pretty short, not quite as useful as Nightcrawler's in the beginning. However, Deadpool is much more helpful than Nightcrawler ever would be. We do switch to Nightcrawler just for a little bit later in the run. Okay, so here's where the synergy comes into play. And why we have to have Scarlet Witch. That's actually really bad. That guy was draining our EP. So when you get leader enemies, and leader enemies they have an RNG buff on them. So that guy, we got really unlucky. He drains our EP. So we don't have enough energy to do anything with Gambit. So this is why energy packs are so important. So we want to stack that buff onto Gambit. His energy form also increases his movement speed, but just for him. That stacks on top of Toad's Secretion, and it makes Gambit run really fast.
Need more power to do that. Get this joker.
So I kind of just run through here and spam assist. And they kind of beat up guys back there. And then I try to beat up any leader enemies that are right in front of me. Why? Because Probability Siphon gives you back 20% of the damage you deal out as EP, which is quite a bit, actually, at this stage in the game.
Keep close to me.
As you wish.
So we're just going to keep renewing those buffs.
Get this joker before he gets me.
Jumping over these things. Oh, we got another EP drain guy. So the leaders will actually, when they die, they will drop a couple packs randomized. You're not guaranteed to get energy packs, but most of the time you will get an energy pack, at least one, which is good because we just need to keep feeding energy packs to Gambit. He's pretty much our main mover in the game, and he's gonna start going a lot faster actually by Act 2.
This one's more than I can handle. Keep close to me.
And we want to pick these things up, so we're going to need all these devices by the time we get to the Genosha seawall to actually proceed with the game. Good. Another level. Let's keep renewing these buffs. Keep moving, and I kind of want to switch to Deadpool here. So, very important. I need to remember to actually activate this extraction point. Because we're going to skip a little bit of backtracking after we fight Grizzly, which is coming up in the next section. So, make sure to activate that just by walking over it. Destroy that thing. And then switch to somebody that's a little further back. Scarlet Witch. Proceed to the next section. And another leader enemy. Okay, we got some packs. We can trim a little bit of the fat in this section just by going straight for it with Deadpool and teleporting through Teleporting right through this wall. Just to activate this boss fight with Grizzly. And I want to walk over here so my party regroups. Sometimes they don't. Okay, here they come. We got buffs. And here's why Probability Siphon is so good with Deadpool. So Deadpool's Rupturing Jab, it actually causes physical damage, and it stacks bleed damage on top of that. So the blue numbers is Deadpool actually getting EP. So essentially he never runs out of energy. So you can just keep attacking. It's good that we trap Grizzly against the wall. It gets pretty wild sometimes, actually. That wasn't bad at all. I'm gonna grab that device, and then we're gonna activate a blink portal. Get that map out of there. Okay, so Forge's shop isn't up yet, so I'm gonna go over here to Beast and sell some stuff. And we actually need 2,000 tech bits by the time we get to lower in Genosha. That should be good. Yeah, that's fine. I want to keep that draining gear. So now we're going to extract back to Barren Cliffs. Let's go straight to the next area. And these next few areas, they're pretty much the same. Who's the fourth member? It's Deadpool. He's just in his Age of Apocalypse costume. I don't think I mentioned yet why the Age of Apocalypse costumes are kind of important. So make sure attack rating go up to 100%. And attack rating is basically your accuracy in this game. And it doesn't, I guess it doesn't matter too much right now, but later in the game, you will be striking just normally, just doing a lot of normal attacks. So that's what we need it for. Again, another leader enemy, so we beat that guy up, get some XP, get some gear, and keep going. Yeah, so currently my team is Gambit, Deadpool, Toad, and Scarlet Witch. And I played around with trying to put Jean Grey into this run as well, maybe in place of Scarlet Witch.
Get together, team.
But I haven't quite worked out anything with that.
Get together, team.
But yeah, this is just a couple levels of Gambit just running through. I actually want to play the cutscene up here, so I have more time on the buffs.
Y'all don't be wandering off.
Not really much going on here, just besides knowing the actual map layout and doing some surfing. I didn't get any surfing there. Trying not to get trapped against the wall. That's really helpful. If you get trapped against the wall, you can die pretty quickly, and especially with strong, some of the stronger enemies up ahead.
Keep close to me.
Yeah, we just want to keep an eye on Gambit, just to make sure he has the right buffs on. So we want to keep those little pink energy trails. That's his singular buff. And we want the little green circle. It's Toad's buff.
Ain't got anything for that.
I understand.
Keep close to me.
Oh, good surfing. We especially want to avoid those guys. They are pretty tough. And hopefully nobody falls off a cliff here. So one of the quality of life improvements for this game is that X-Men Legends 1 pretty much made everything mandatory, and you get a lot of optional objectives in this game, so that allows us to skip quite a bit of stuff. Okay, so here's kind of the mini-boss for this section, Zealot, and we don't have to fight him. At least not these clones here. Let's see, I'm a little bit turned around, actually. Where am I? Just use Deadpool to teleport out of there. Actually teleported at the wrong wall, I think, is what threw me off. Yeah, so we're right on track here. Usually just skip that instance of Zealot's clones. And there's another instance up here. And we just do the same. We do want to level up here. It makes the Zealot fight go a little bit faster. So I'm going to take this level. So we're going to take that. Let's see. Another level on Probability Siphon. Another level on Secretion and Energy Form. And then stats. Of course, we're just going to keep splitting those, except for Deadpool. He's fine. And we just save points for when they get Mutant Mastery. Mutant Mastery is worth its weight in gold. Okay, so another reason why Deadpool is good here, because Zealot has this little blowback attack, but if you're actually using Deadpool's mutant power, like right when he does it, he doesn't get blown back as much, so you can really just kind of stay on top of him. You just keep the pressure on him. And this is kind of the standard boss model, by the way, at least for mini bosses. Some bosses you don't want to crowd like that, though, because they're very, very dangerous.
There have to be laws against feeling this good.
Now we're going to go down to the latter portion of Act 1.
Quickly, get out of here.
The Genosha seawall.
I can feel the energy.
Thank heavens.
So at this point, I want to kind of monitor how many tech bits I have. I think I might have enough, but not entirely sure. Also, we're going to skip basically this entire section. And I just want to talk about the party placement, too. So, for Gambit, we need Gambit in that right slot. Because we're going to have a skip coming up pretty soon, and having him in that spot allows us to take control of him immediately afterwards. In a pretty dangerous room. Okay, now we're gonna check our equipment. Okay. The equipment's good, tech bits are good, so we're just gonna skip ahead. And Deadpool is actually counted as a member of the Brotherhood in this game. So we want to slow down the dialogue here, and then we meet up with Lady Deathstrike. And if you're a member of the Brotherhood, you can actually just pay her off with 2,000 tech bits. Otherwise, you have to fight her. And if you just walk in here and you start that dialogue with a member of the X-Men, she just immediately attacks you afterwards. Okay, not too much to say about these next few areas. We're just really going to move forward. And avoid the leader enemies here, because they're actually much stronger. Yeah, that guy right there. Don't want to mess with him. Alright, so here's going to be our first skip, abusing Blink Portal. So I kind of want to face out like this, activate the Blink Portal, and this should be good. Yeah, we're close enough to the door. Go back to the other side, and then Gambit's going to pop up over here.
Hell, this one's more than I can handle. All right, time for a little exercise.
So we're going to be doing that a couple more times. The other skips are actually kind of major, though, that you can do with that. So we want to hit that console and switch to Toad. Toad can double jump, so he can get us in this room a little bit faster.
You got it. One
And now we're gonna come up on the first boss proper. So they kind of took the format for the best boss fight in X-Men Legends 1 and turned it into the major boss fights in this one. So we're fighting as a boss for each act. We're fighting one of Apocalypse's horsemen. So we're starting off with Abyss, and it looks like this fight's gonna be pretty fun. I'm gonna try to reduce the amount of cycles that we get with him.
Ain't got the energy for that.
And it looks like he's almost done.
Appreciate the gravity of the situation.
Okay, so that was 2 cycles. Oh, I'm gonna switch to Gambit. Sweet, we actually got that. Yeah, so this fight starts to get silly after this. So we go out to a dirigible for some reason. We just keep the pressure on him, and then he jumps over to his own dirigible. And this is a very dangerous part. So he tosses these bombs, and the bombs, like, if they actually hit you, they do a lot of damage. Like, a ridiculous amount of damage.
I need help immediately.
Yeah, as you can see, as it did to Scarlet Witch. Oh, that bomb's, I think, actually gonna blow up. Yikes. Oh, okay. So, he killed Gambit. That doesn't matter too much, fortunately. So we just pick up a few more bombs and just toss them over. We just need 2 more. Meanwhile, his minions just keep attacking us over here. Not terrifying at all. Well, that's why Deadpool usually wears a mask, you know, to cover all that up. Alright, so phase 3 for this fight. We actually go inside Abyss. And previously, this is where Sunfire was actually really helpful, because he could just stay here and hit all the enemies inside. It's not too bad with other characters, though. So we just have these 4 little demon guys. And they protect one of the bombs. So we just kill them, drop the bomb, or drop the shield on the bomb. And there's 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom.
It's not going to get any easier, you know.
And we activate the 3rd one, and then we're going to activate the 4th here in a second. And Sunfire, his power is actually auto-target, so he can stand still and, like, target all those guys. And that's the end of Act 1. Just gonna collect these tech bits real quick. And we're gonna go back to Professor X and go to the Savage Land.
Honestly, Charles, I don't.
Apocalypse has in.
We're actually going to need to revive Gambit. It's very important.
Gambit.
Age of Apocalypse.
Is where things get interesting.
It's very important. And we're gonna buy some stuff from Forge. Actually sell some stuff first. So pretty much any any kind of gear with a name on it, essentially, we can sell. I think we're good here. We do need to get a bonus point for Gambit and sell some more stuff. So we'll sell this stuff right here. Looks like we need to sell some more stuff. Bonus point for Deadpool as well. And now we're going to take off to the level proper. And another one of the quality of life changes is that they actually kind of restructured the entire game. So each act has a hub world. And we just do missions from the hub world instead of just doing them straight through. So again, we're going to split. And we want to get Staff Assault, so we set that up. We have Mutant Mastery now, which is really good. That increases our EP regeneration. And we want to make sure to get Combustion with Scarlet Witch. Increase that probability siphon. And Mutant Mastery. And now we're good.
Right.
So the standard thing we do is switch over to Gambit.
Get together,
Buff him. The gear with the name, I guess what I was talking about there is anything that was in yellow. That's probably a better way to put it. So that's special equipment, and it sells for more than the normal equipment.
Get this joke before he gets me. Y'all don't be wandering off.
But during the course of the run, we don't even have a chance to equip that stuff, because we don't get that powerful. Oh no. That's not good. Alright, that panned out well though. Okay, now we go straight into the boss fight with Garrock. And Garrock's not too bad. All he does is teleport around once his life hits a certain total. But if you teleport with Deadpool, you can more or less stay on top of him. Also, he's going to keep taking damage from Deadpool's Rupturing Jab. So a couple cycles on him. We got one more teleport than what I usually get, but I think that's just because of my equipment situation. We're doing a little less damage.
It's good to eat on that.
So that's the first half of the Savage Land. So to get our next mission, we just have to talk to Angel.
We've got trouble, and it looks right. I'm pretty for more. Don't.
And then we can do the other half. Only 2 mandatory missions here.
What do you want?
I am gonna actually sell that and buy some health packs, some energy packs as well, just in case. This chapter does have a pretty tough boss fight with Mikhail, and we have to go through a couple more bosses before we actually fight him.
Sure. What are you doing?
Yeah, this was on PS2, GameCube, PC, and original Xbox, I believe, as well.
Get together, team.
Help! This one's more than I can handle.
Alright, so for this portion, we just have a bunch of guys attacking this generator. This was another portion where Sunfire was really effective. However, we don't have Sunfire. But Deadpool's Rupturing Jab, has a pretty wide hitbox, so it can take out a couple of these guys at a time. Yeah, this section isn't quite as intimidating on easy, obviously, as it is on hard mode. Hard mode, these guys come out pretty fast. And they do a lot of damage to these generators. So we really just kill these guys until this guy spawns over here. We got that audio glitch again. Sometimes when the game plays an audio sample and it's trying to load something else, it will actually just play the same audio sample over and over again for a little bit. Okay, now we're being called back to the first one. Actually gonna clean up these guys over here. So we step right up over here. And we just want to kill all these guys with the red arrows. So one, and these guys. I don't know why Deadpool just whiffed. That was weird. But we get some information out of this guy right here. About Mikhail's warship and its location.
Hey, I feel kind of
grab this tech station. Gives Deadpool a little more health. It's not supremely helpful, but it helps.
Don't be wandering off.
And you don't have to go out of the way for it either.
Yes.
And so this section right here is pretty much just the standard Gambit running section. Just have to make sure not to get shot too much. Looks like I'm doing a pretty good job of that right now. And also important, you want to make sure you go to the end here. There's a couple caves off to the side that are pretty dangerous. So when we get to the other side here, we're actually going to face off with Sauron. So I want to switch to Scarlet Witch, actually. So one of the reasons we want to take Combustion, because we can combo with Deadpool here, and actually, yeah, we can combo him in the air if he won't cooperate. Yikes. There we go. This kind of sucks. Here we go. So ideally you want to get him before he goes back in the air again, but you don't waste too much time if you get him on a second cycle like that. And I'm actually going to scrounge for some energy packs here. We're not going to get any, it looks like. Just that one. Oh, here's another. I guess that's fine. We'll keep going. I'm going to take my next level up right here. So we're going to need Gambit to go pretty dang fast. So again, Probability Siphon, Mutant Mastery, and everything else is good for her. Secretion. All points into that. And alright. So now it's just coming down to distributing stat points. Alright, and there's kind of a neat thing here. So we want Gambit to be going at max speed, so he can kind of pull away from the party just a little bit. We take that stone and we want to switch to a party member that is a little bit further back. There's usually one hanging back, so it looks like it's Deadpool or Scarlet Witch. Anyone that's really behind that door. Because what happens is you get trapped into that. You get trapped in that room. And when you get trapped in that room, there's like a little invisible demon guy, and you have to chase him around and kill him to actually open the door. But if you switch to a party member that's back here, then you can just skip all that and go to the next section. Actually, same kind of thing here. I'm gonna try to abuse that dive kick thing too. Move a little bit faster. Oh, come on, that guy dodged me. So I want to set up right about here before I take the stone. And I really just want to kind of mash down on Rupturing Jab right now, because that demon appears like right in front of you. And if you do that, you can kill him immediately. Otherwise, you have to deal with all these guys in here. And yeah, we're not trying to do that. So we kill those guys and roll out. So the next section makes me kind of nervous, actually. The New Wally Gateway. So we get our buffs like normal, but there's a lot of enemies through this corridor. And even on easy mode, it's actually pretty dangerous through here. And this is another reason we want Gambit to go really, really fast. Especially if we get an EP drain guy like that.
Y'all don't be wandering off.
Yikes, yikes, yikes. Okay, we should be good. Yeah, here we go. So we just place those 2 stones, 1 and 2, which opens up the next section. So this is going to be the final section, actually, of Act 2.
Get together, team.
And I'm going to take a safety save here, because these last few boss fights can be a doozy. Luckily, there is an extraction point right here. We're looking pretty low on energy packs, actually. Shouldn't be a problem. But I'm actually going to slow down here just to conserve some EP. We're going to get into this Omega Red fight.
Searching for
And Omega Red's actually not a threat at all. He just has the spin to win strat that he likes to do. All it does is knock you away. But with Deadpool, once again, once we're in his animation, it doesn't knock us away quite as much as it would. So after a rather quick boss fight, we actually go to the real boss of the act. Some more of these. Our health packs actually look pretty good. Okay, energy packs. Yeah, so Mikhail kind of sucks. We start off fighting his minions, and these guys are no big deal. So we just wipe them out right away. We'll get another energy pack. That's good. We're actually gonna see what's in these barrels too. Another health pack. So we have these up here. Alright, so here we go. So this is actually Colossus's brother, who's one of Apocalypse's horsemen. As soon as you hit him, he multiplies. And this kind of sucks as far as the speedrun goes, because there's no way to hedge against where these guys go. And oftentimes they spread out all over this room. And sometimes they actually hide in like cracks and crevices. Looks like we got pretty good grouping this time around. Except for that guy that went down the stairs. He's coming back up though. Oh, now he ran back down. Come on, buddy.
Yes.
Okay, so phase 2 is the worst. What's happening here is that you have 2 different types of enemies. And you have to kill an enemy on one of these pads. Meanwhile, this laser is actually going around, and that laser hurts a lot. So you have an enemy that evades you, and an enemy that chases you. The behemoths chase you, and the medics will constantly back away from you. And this is where Nightcrawler was really effective, because his sword attack actually moves him forward a lot more than Deadpool's. And what I want to do here is actually change those medics to behemoths. So once you kill them, they change into the other type of enemy.
You think you have it figured out, don't you?
So this is actually going well. And that guy's going to be a medic, unfortunately. And that's the wrong way. Let's toss him towards that pad. Yeah, so I often lose runs here. I'm actually just gonna kill him so he changes into a behemoth instead of messing around with him. That way he chases me over to this pad. Alright, there we go. It's actually a decent phase 2. Then phase 3 is the standard boss model. Except Mikhail has a lot of health. He can also slow down time, which really doesn't matter too much, honestly. Alright. So switch to Gambit one last time, just so we can run over here. And we're gonna save Beast and go to Act 3. So for some reason you can't just walk up and deactivate this console. You have to destroy it. Beast comes out, we get a level up. We just talk to him one time.
You should be.
Spawns that blink portal and we get out of here.
Thanks to your having
Talk to Professor X, and we're on to Act 3.
HQ, this is Red 7 on patrol. We got a heavy storm.
greetings.
Okay, so we're gonna do a few character changes here, actually. First, we're gonna get the missions that are kind of the meat and potatoes. But before all that, I'm gonna talk to Forge, and we're gonna sell some of this stuff and buy some health and energy packs, which we're really gonna need, actually, for this next section. So I like to go into the next section fully stocked, and we have to do this in a certain order because of how blink portals work.
It's a new. That's why use.
So, blink portals. Once you use them, you can't use them again for 5 minutes. And on the first section of Act 3, we do want to use a blink portal to get a very small skip. Well, I guess medium-sized skip. Is that a thing? We'll call it a medium-sized skip. First, I'm going to swap out Scarlet Witch with Bishop. Let's get him into gear. Then we're going to want to increase his Sapping Strike. Oops, didn't want to go over there just yet. And Absorption. Probably his best moves, actually. Yeah, and that's good. And that's good. And we can level up everyone else here, too. So, more points in Mutant Mastery. Let's get these two and one down here. And distribute the skills. And good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 here as well. So, the stats in this game, body is basically your defense. Speed, you never want to mess with because that's your attack and defense rating. Essentially, how often enemies hit you and how often you hit enemies. Let's see, we want to go to the core first.
Good luck, guys.
Sure. Keep close to me.
Yeah, so you never mess with the speed stat. Strike is how much melee damage you do. And focus is... it increases your EP regeneration rate, which is something we really want. And also increases the amount of energy you get from energy packs. Another thing that's very beneficial. Straight through here. Oh, good. Deadpool actually ran up right behind Gambit. That usually doesn't happen. It's usually like a pretty big lapse, I would say, between where Gambit is and where Deadpool is. But we're gonna use Deadpool's teleport to get us through here. One of the big reasons we want Bishop is because he's one of the 3 characters that can get us through here without having to do a lot of searching all over this area, backtracking, so on, so forth. Actually punch that thing a little bit early. Yeah, so he's one of 3 characters that can power that generator, and the other 2 being Storm and Rogue, who are not quite as good as Bishop. At least for the speed run. Storm is still pretty good. And for some reason, this is another console that we just have to destroy. We can't just deactivate it.
You got it.
Also, we skip over this door. We just teleport it through. We teleport right through it with Deadpool, and then the AI just opens it up. Okay, now we can go to core reactor.
Why not?
So one thing we want to make sure we want to monitor here is Deadpool's EP. You never want to run out of EP down here. And yeah, sometimes you can get the randomized leader enemies that will have EP drain, but it looks like we're good. So you actually can't open these doors from the outside, so you have to teleport out of that. We're just gonna go ahead and get rid of these guys right now, actually. So we need to be level 14 with Gambit by the time we get to Sugar Man, who is probably the boss fight that makes me the most nervous in this game, because he has a move where he can just crit your entire party in basically one shot. So very, very scary stuff. Also, you would have to run all over the place for this section. You can't open this door, so we're going to try to face out again. Okay, that position should be good. Deadpool, can you move, please?
Hey there.
There we go. Yeah. Okay, that should be good. So, yeah. Somebody should end up on the other side. It's Toad. Usually it's Bishop, but that was kind of a weird team formation. So, I definitely want to save here. For sure. We'll save twice. And we'll continue on.
Right.
So, again, another quality of life improvement is regrouping. So, you can see already that we've been abusing that quite a bit. In the first X-Men Legends, if a character got too far away from your party, you actually got a team separated message, which means you could not leave an area until your team was back together. Here, we don't have to worry about that. I'm just gonna want to go around and destroy these coolant pumps, and sometimes this happens here, and I really don't like these guys. So we're gonna get rid of them. Yeah, sometimes you just get trapped against the wall with these guys. And they have that pop-up attack too, which wastes a lot of time. So I guess it's worth it for us to actually take these guys out. But that'll be that, so let's just go ahead and leave. I actually want to grab that, which means we're going to go through this door. Again, just cutting some of the fat on this area with Deadpool's teleport. Oh, come on, dude. Are you serious? Okay. These guys really want us to take them out right now. There we go. Hopefully I don't get drained here. Teleport forward. That thing drains all your EP. And we have another one, actually, in the hallway coming up. So once we destroy that coolant pump, we can actually go to fight Sugar Man. And hopefully not restart here. Oh, and... Okay, we're fine, we're fine. Looks like we're probably not going to get level 14 before we get in there. But I guess that's fine. We'll just go in there anyway.
Ain't got the energy for that.
Yeah, so you want Energy Fury before you go in. He's actually very, very close to it. Ah, now that's Deadpool. Anyway, let's go ahead and fight this guy. So his weakness is actually combos. Oh, that was scary. Yeah, so this is probably the major reset point in the run, in regular PB attempts. And he's actually been really good. If you have the Energy Fury boost with Gambit by now, you can take him out in a couple combos. Okay, that kind of sucks. But he's at low enough health to where it doesn't matter that much. And this is also why we want Bishop's Sapping Strike. So Bishop's Sapping Strike actually lets him... Oh god. Oh, I thought Gambit died. Okay, we're fine. This fight is so scary, dude. Okay, we got him. I didn't want to call that prematurely. So, Bishop's Sapping Strike actually reduces the amount of damage that enemies can do. So we have to stay on top of him, and then we kind of have to run away, and then stay on top of him and run away. Sometimes I just pick Storm here in PB attempts, just because I don't want to deal with him, and Storm has range attacks. And she can activate the generator.
There you go.
So we're gonna have to revive Deadpool. Pretty integral part of this run.
Deadpool.
Age of Apocalypse.
So yeah, that was the scariest boss fight in the game. Can breathe a little easier knowing that we're past that. And that's kind of what we want right there, Energy Fury. So we're going to do a little bit of a glitch here too. So we're going to equip Energy Fury, and then we're going to equip Card Shuffle in the slot that Energy Fury was in. And then we're going to equip Energy Form. And you're not supposed to be able to equip 2 boosts at the same time, but for some reason you can just do that. Okay, so where was I? So we've already got that. So just skills now. Skills, Mutant Mastery, and Mutant Mastery, and Absorption. Good. And I want to save here too. I think I want to buy some more packs. Can't spend too much money because we actually need 10,000 tech bits for the next section. The next act, rather.
I guarantee all of it, 100%.
Alright, and that's fine, so let's go ahead and go to the Infinite Factory. So the Infinite Factory is actually a huge level, and this is going to be one of the major skips in the game. So we used our blink portal a little further back, so by the time we get here, our blink portal should be ready. Because instead of going off to the rest of this level, which has like a couple sections that are pretty long, we just go right over here, kind of face out again, and then use our portal. Go back to the hub world, go back to the other side, and then we just
Sure
have
thing,
Toad
mate.
end up on this side.
You got it. Get this joke before he gets me.
So that skips about 2 levels worth of stuff.
I win, I win.
And it's very simple to pull off. So going through here, we just want to deactivate, or destroy rather, all these consoles. And you can see now that Gambit's moving pretty fast when he has both boosts on.
Hell, this one's more than I can handle. Get together, team. Get together, team.
Affirmative.
I guess, yeah, there's not too much more to say about this area. I will say that increasing Gambit speed is beneficial for the final section of the game, because there are some gaps that you normally would need to fly over, where Gambit, if he's running fast enough, he can actually just clear the entire gap with a jump. Now we just go off to this side, and we go towards the boss of this area. And this kind of looks like a forced battle scene, but it's not. So we can just move off this way and keep on going with our life. Yeah, because actually that's the wrong way. Yeah, that room gets me every time. So we need to go this way. So, 3rd time's a charm. Really don't like crossing over this room too much.
Keep close to me. Get this joke.
Okay, this is the right way.
Need more power than y'all. Don't be wandering off. Hell, this one's more than I can handle.
Okay, and these infinites can get kind of out of control sometimes. So you want to run on a path that avoids them. You want to bait them over to one side and then run towards the other side. While we run towards the boss fight, which is going to happen in this big enclosed area. Toad is dead somehow? That's weird. I guess we really don't need him for this fight anyway. So we have to destroy these generators right here. These generators are actually projecting the X-Men holograms into the room. And they just keep infinitely coming until you destroy these things. So 1, 2, 3. And then Iceman didn't even leave, apparently. And he's actually the first one you want to take out. It's a bonus that we got Storm here too. And we got Wolverine. Where's Cyclops? This is why I like to hunt for Cyclops. Initially. Because Cyclops will try to avoid you and he'll run off into a corner. Oh, it's a shame I couldn't get that equipment there. Okay, so I guess Toad dying isn't the end of the world. So we just go back to extraction point right here anyway. And before we do that, we're gonna buy some stuff. So all we have left in this chapter is to turn in both quests.
Congratulations.
One, and then we go over here and turn in the other. and then we're going to do another character swap. We're actually going to swap out Deadpool for Nightcrawler. Just because Nightcrawler, his teleport is a little bit longer, like I was talking about earlier. And that actually leads to a skip here. On the next section, the Magi Temple. So we're going to swap him out now. We're going to revive Toad.
Age of Apocalypse.
Put his teleport at max. Actually, yeah, Worship is just a back break. That's fine, and he has a ton of points we need to distribute. Everyone else, not so much.
Be ready for trouble.
So now we gotta go over and talk to Professor X to actually get the quest for the Magi Temple.
I just received new
So that'll update our objectives, and I'm gonna save right here because we have another Blink Portal skip coming up. So I guess you can say this is another major skip that we're gonna do. So, final area of Chapter 3. And then we're gonna teleport. You can see just how much further Nightcrawler goes. So we've got to go in there. We can't open that door just yet. And normally, you would have to go around this area, which is gigantic. Probably the biggest area in the game. And we would have to collect 4 artifacts, and come back here and place them on the altars. And then, once we do that, that will open the mine door, which is the one with the red arrow above it back there. But we're going to be doing a skip. A couple, actually. And this level is actually pretty atmospheric. Probably has the best music in the game, in my opinion.
Y'all don't be wandering off.
Yeah, best level design here too. Yeah, this feels really cool. Any rate, so we're gonna run over here with Gambit, and we're gonna switch to Nightcrawler. Okay, he's not too far back, and try to get the skip. Oh, first try. It's not too difficult, but you just have to position yourself just right. And that's about a 60-foot teleport, so that's even at the max range of Nightcrawler's teleport at this point. And over there, it just skips a whole section on that map, and you have to go through with Emma Frost. So we don't see her. And then we also skip through here. So this map is like a huge spiral. But we really just cut right to the chase here. Alright, there we go. I think I messed up one of those teleports. But it's fine. And the guy jumps out of the pool, but we don't have to worry about those guys. We do need a little EP just to get through this door right here. And you can open the last door in this section. And this is where we get the Mind Artifact from. So you actually do need the Mind Artifact to proceed. Otherwise you can't get to the boss. So we're going to go over here. We're going to do some teleport skips. 2, and a third one. And you know what? I'm actually gonna go out to this extraction point. Just for safety. Sometimes I mess up this particular Yeah, sometimes I mess up this particular blink teleport, and I don't want to wait around for about 5 minutes to correct my mistake. Where is it? There's an extraction point somewhere around here. Here we go. Just so I can reload from here. Just in case. This one, the positioning's a little strange. Now we can continue like normal. Looks like we're doing good on packs. So we just go around this corner, and you can't open this door, so we actually need to teleport into this room, grab the mind artifact, and then the door opens on the way out. It also opens up all the other side paths, but we don't worry about those. So this teleports us back to the beginning. We're gonna go this way. Yeah, there's a lot less enemies here now that I took them out on the way in.
You got it. Get this.
Get rid of that guy. Actually, that's good. We get some more packs from him. And I like to switch to Gambit because it makes the positioning a little bit easier. Space out. This should be good, actually. So again, he's gonna end up on the other side. And now we're gonna go fight the boss. It's kind of an annoying fight. And Deadpool gives us a little bit of an advantage, so we're gonna get him back.
Deadpool.
Right here now.
All right, who's going first? Why not?
Alright. So we start out fighting the Stepford Cuckoos. And the good thing about Deadpool's bleed damage is that when he kills one of them, the bleed damage transfers onto the other physical one. So they have a lot of copies of themselves out here. You can't hit all of them. There's like one physical one walking around, and it looks like there she is. And there's that bleed damage transfer. So it makes this fight a lot easier.
Okay.
So once we clear these ladies out,
Okay.
we should in a second. She's the last one. And Holocaust comes down. So we kind of like beat up on Holocaust a little bit until one of the Stepford Cuckoos comes out again. And we have to destroy these 3 towers. Otherwise we can't damage him. And you want to clear out these zombies too. So Holocaust will actually grab one of these zombies and drain their life. And you can't hit him while he's doing that. And also he'll be gaining life still. So yeah, just a general time waste. Let's get all these guys cleared out. And last one. Yeah, Holocaust is pretty cool. He's like basically just a pure energy being that's inside of a glass case.
Ain't got the energy for that.
Yeah, you don't see this guy too much. Okay. So he goes down. Also, Energy Fury. Shoutouts to Energy Fury. So, Energy Fury is actually a ridiculous boost that both Gambit and Bishop have. So let's go ahead and put that on right now. And we're gonna go to Act 4 now. So Act 4 is not very long.
Welcome to my home.
And like I mentioned earlier, we do need to have some tech bits saved up to pay off Sebastian Shaw once we meet up with him. So we're gonna get straight to the point here. I'm not gonna buy any health packs or energy packs. Oh. So I forgot something. So you actually need to talk to Warrior McTaggart before you can go do that mission. So we're gonna leave Forge alone. We're gonna run back through here, and we're gonna talk to her.
Brotherhood, eh? Yep, for more.
Now we get that objective. And there's like an optional objective here too, where you can actually go and fight Bastion and a bunch of Sentinels. But it's very dangerous, and there's no point to do it.
You got it. Yo, little help over here. Keep close to me. Why not?
Okay, and the Morlock sewers in this speedrun are considerably easier than the original X-Men Legends, where it's very crowded and very, very dangerous. And this is more or less the standard Gambit running level again.
This one's more than I can handle.
Oh god, we got an EP drainer.
Lead our sewers.
Yeah. Yeah, not too much to say here, actually. Just monitor the boost. Make sure he's got them all stacked on, and go. And we have one forced encounter room, but you can just teleport out of it. It's coming up pretty soon. So, right here. Yeah.
You got it.
Alright. Now we're out on the streets. We're actually gonna find Sebastian Shaw. He's right around this corner. Kinda hiding out a little bit.
Do my eyes just tick off.
We also have to find something for him before we can pay him off.
Yo, little help over here. Right.
This should be interesting.
So right over here. And it's gonna be tucked away in this corner. But we're gonna keep moving for it, so we have an objective here as well.
Y'all don't be wandering off.
So you're supposed to get this fancy infinite costume to pass the barrier up here, but you can teleport through that as well. Also, these guys have like funny sounds when they start to rotate, do their spin to win move. Kind of sounds like the aliens from Mars Attacks to me. Okay, so this is the last area, and we're just going to use a blink portal. Go back to the headquarters. I think we have enough to pay him off. Yeah, there we go. And I'm actually going to buy some health and energy packs now.
Still tagging along.
Let's get rid of all this stuff that we don't have equipped. And that's actually good.
It's all in excellent condition.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and max that out before we go back. Okay.
Right. Keep close to me.
And so what's pretty cool about this section is that if you look at the arrows that are painted on the street, they actually tell you which way to go. Like right there. There's another one up here at this corner. A little subtlety that I'm not sure if everyone catches. Also, this boss fight's pretty awesome.
Wow.
So we have Deadpool, and now we're fighting Deadpool. Let's go ahead and level up, though. And Energy Fury. Mastery. It's good. Mastery here. Another point to Energy Fury. Another point to Secretion. And we're good.
I don't have enough power.
These guys. Thank you. Man, those guys really wanted me dead just now. Man, what is happening right now? So, I'm gonna take out these infinites. They are pretty aggressive at the moment. They are usually not this aggressive. Anyway, so probably just wasted our bonuses. So Deadpool teleports around once he gets sufficient damage sufficiently. So we really just have to like chase him around this arena. Keep stacking those Energy Furies. And there we go. So that's how OP Energy Fury is. It gives you way more damage than it actually tells you. And if you stack both of those on top of each other, you can just end bosses. You can just erase them.
Sure. Need more power to do that. Get this joker before he
So,
gets me.
Okay.
Second iteration of Warlock Tunnels. And it's basically the same thing. We just run through with Gambit. Except there's a few more folks down here this time.
Hell, this one's more than I can handle.
Oh, yikes. Stuck in that corner. So what we got from Sebastian Shaw was actually the key to Apocalypse's tower. And that's where we're headed to right now. For some reason, the secret entrance to Apocalypse's tower is just in this sewer. Also, you can see that little beacon over there. You can actually unlock Iron Man in this game, though he's not really that great. He's much better in Ultimate Alliance 1. And you also don't get him until the end of the game, really. You get him in Act 5, if you get all those beacons. And there's like 4 or 5 beacons per act. Okay, here's our forced encounter. Let's go to this corner, and we're out of it. Everybody else regroups.
You got it.
Gambit, how did you end up on this side? Anyway, I guess we're gonna go slightly slower. go up this way. And I'm gonna save here. Apocalypse's tower isn't that difficult, but we do want to have a back break.
Now we're talking serious.
Take my next level up here. That's really all we need. So this is a pretty big map too, which doesn't really change anything as far as the speedrun goes. What does get pretty annoying though is a couple floors up we have to fight a bunch of leader enemies and just have to hope that they don't get a combo shield.
Looks like we found some.
Just so we can take them out with Rupture Strike. Here's supposed to be a survival battle, but we're pretty strong. So really it just turns into kind of a free-for-all. While we wait for the teleporter to activate. And you can see that countdown in the lower right. And here we go.
Teleporter locked.
Let me try to see if I can get this. Yeah, so there's actually kind of a difficult teleport you can get here with Deadpool. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna run around now, I guess. It's a small optimization, just keeps you from running around this hallway. You end up like right about here. But the positioning is very, very specific on it. And Black Queen is over there. We just totally ignore her.
Get together, team. This one's more than I can handle. Got it. Need more power to do that. Hey there.
We do need some EP here. Is this the floor? Yeah, I believe this is the floor. It is. So we're gonna skip over these guys. And there's a door that you're not supposed to be able to open. In fact, you can't open it, but you can still teleport through it. It's not a teleport dead zone. And here's where we fight those leader enemies.
Hello, my friend.
Yeah, also a beast is being possessed. So the story of this game is Apocalypse is trying to find 4 mutants with harmonic DNA to essentially become some sort of godlike being.
Go, go, go!
And Beast happens to be one of those mutants. Oh, sweet. That was actually real quick. It was really quick. Okay, so here's the boss fight for the act.
This is turning into.
And it's Archangel. So this starts out normal until he goes to phase 2.
You never were that good in a fight. Ain't got the energy for that.
So phase 2,
Leave the teleporter arms alone.
he goes inside here, and you can actually clip 2 of these teleporter arms with Deadpool if you stand in the right
What do you
position.
think you're doing? Keep back from that teleporter arm.
There we go.
Leave the teleporter arms alone. Now the teleporter beam is out
Yeah,
of
and now it
control.
goes crazy, and he just flies over to these towers. So we just have to follow where he is on the map, and kind of drag the teleporter over here, the beam. And then, the cool thing I found out about this boss fight is if you stand in that tower, like if you stand in the rubble of the tower and you get teleported, you actually get teleported to Archangel's next location, so you don't have to chase him around the map. It works most of the time, not all the time.
That beam will destroy us all.
Alright. For some reason the beam's hung up here. Yeah, so if you do this strat, you can actually get to where he's going before he does.
Stay clear of the teleporter beam.
And last one. So I don't know if this strat actually saves any time, but it is really convenient, so you don't have to cross over that the center portion. Dang. Yeah. So got teleported away from him. And Deadpool's hitbox is, or the hitbox on his move is like so good that you can hit Archangel even if he tries to hang out in the middle here. Yeah, we might be going over estimate a little bit, even though this section isn't super long. Yeah, so first we want to just start out with a save here, so we have a back break.
I have to admit.
And get as many health and energy packs as we can get. And yeah. Go out into the pyramid.
I can't go that way. Really?
So this is the final section of the game, and it's pretty short as well.
Get together, team. Sure thing, Mike.
But there's some pitfalls here. Literal pitfalls and figurative pitfalls. We want to stay out of all of them.
Yo, little help over here.
Yes.
And here's one of the literal ones right up here. Oh, come on.
Yo, little help over here. Y'all don't be wandering off.
So the first boss we're going to be fighting in this section is Mr. Sinister. And as usual, he is immune to mutant powers.
My dick.
One of the reasons we want a lot of energy packs here. So once he's on these black tiles, we can use the mutant nullifier. And try to take him out here. We might need to go another cycle. Yeah, so at the end of each cycle, he actually just does that radio attack and it confuses your party. Okay. So he goes down, and we don't want to beat up Beast. Beast will actually just get right back up.
You got it. Ain't got the energy for that.
Okay.
Get together, team.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, here's the exit. Sometimes that confuses me.
Help! This one's more than I can handle.
So we essentially have like 3 objectives in one here. So we have the main hall, and we have 2 kind of offshoot temples. One of them is kind of dangerous. And actually that's the wrong way, and it's actually really dangerous to go the wrong way because it attracts a lot of enemies. Where's Deadpool? We want to teleport up here. Not that far over, sir. A little turned around now. The section is a bit confusing. You can kind of keep on track if you stay in this bridge room. Yikes. Okay, so it's up here. Okay. Yeah, so I get lost here sometimes. It's not a huge map. But we have to go to some very specific places. Yikes. Yeah, one of the temples we have to go to is over this direction. Here. Oh, wow. That's interesting. So now we have to go back to the extraction point. Because we need Deadpool alive. Yeah, there's the Temple of Anubis, but this sucks, so we can't teleport through walls right now. So yeah, we really need to go over here. And I'm actually gonna take the bridge.
Get this joke before he gets me. Right. Right.
Come on, Toad. There we go. Yeah, losing Deadpool was pretty bad, actually. But there is an extraction point here. Just in case that happens.
Deadpool. Age of Apocalypse.
Let's show him what
Yeah, so I kind of hate this section. For various reasons. That's only one of them. So let's go back to where we were. The Temple of Anubis. Take some of these guys out. Yeah, it's real easy to get turned around in here. And okay, so we're on the right track. Here we go.
Sure. Keep close to me. Got it.
So this temple, the way things have been going, I'm actually just gonna clear these guys out as opposed to deal with them on the way back. And there's a glitch that can happen here. I don't think it's gonna happen. Could lead to a soft lock, but we should be good. Just deals with like one of these guys here, and if they run into this section. But we're good. Yeah, if one of those guys like runs into the section and like attacks or like damages you, sometimes it doesn't trigger the arrow to go over top of one of these statues, and you can't proceed because you can't destroy the statues. Okay, so that's the first objective. And now we're gonna head out to the Temple of Ra. If this guy can get off me, thank you. So just really want to stay Deadpool and to teleport through those, and then Gambit auto regroup. You know, so we just take control of Gambit and we run out.
Get together, team.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we can't blink portal out of that one. The second one is actually a little bit longer, and we need to blink for the Temple of Ra. So really what we're going to do is just go to the opposite side. So this blue flame kind of guides you a little bit. We can go up through here. And finding Temple of Ra is pretty easy. Much easier than finding Temple of Anubis. Or Temple of Skemet. I think Ra's next.
You got it. Keep close to me.
Okay, and I think I have, yeah, another tip on these. And it actually comes in handy here. The movement speed boost.
Thing, mate.
This temple, we actually are just gonna collect canopic jars. So there's one over here, and those are displayed as the red X's on the mini map. There's 2, so we just have to get 2 more.
Get this joke before he gets me.
Okay.
And they are up ahead. So 1 to the left and 1 to the right. Number 3. And we don't have to deal with any of those guys. And number 4, right over here. And we just have to place those a little further into the temple. So normally you need like a bridge building character or a flying character to clear those gaps, but Gambit can run so fast, and with his movement speed at this point, he can just totally clear that gap. Quicksilver, he's not in this one. I think he might be in the PSP version, but at least the PC version doesn't have him. But yeah, our fast character is Gambit.
Y'all don't be wandering off.
Okay.
Get together, team.
Okay.
Just pull this lever, and once that's in place, we can lower the Great Seal. So we just want to blink portal back.
Hi, what can I do?
And we're gonna go to the final fight.
It's all in excellent condition.
So we're gonna extract back to Ancient Labyrinth. Conveniently, we end up right in front of this. So we just place the crystal, and we go and fight Apocalypse. First, we just have to fight a living monolith.
Keep getting better.
So he's rather simple. He's powered by sunlight, so all we have to do is run around this room to one of the 4 points and actually raise, I'm not really sure what these things are, tower kind of things, and block out his sunlight.
Don't do that. I need the sunlight.
Then we just put on our energy fury boost and take him out. Now we can fight Apocalypse.
You got it.
So, as expected, the boss fight with Apocalypse is a little bit more involved, but it's still only going to take a few minutes. Also, a quick note here. Apocalypse will copy your powers, right? So you do not want to be in control of Deadpool when you hit him. The reason being is because that bleed damage can actually transfer over to Apocalypse's normal attacks, which, yeah, that's a glitch, and it's kind of an insane one at that. And I'm really glad it didn't happen here.
Admit defeat. I will make you a horseman.
Okay, so we get the power of the 4, and I actually forgot to buff Gambit before we got in here. So we have to go in and actually kill all these guys.
I'll make certain the generators are safe.
Have to destroy this generator. So we have to get rid of this Apocalypse clone. And you just want to use the radial attacks here, really. Once that shield's down, you can actually just damage it normally. Help, guys? Please? I guess they're just gonna stand there.
Okay.
That's fine.
Sure.
Okay.
Need more power to do that. Y'all don't be wandering off. Yes.
Yeah, so the bleed damage actually comes from, his mutant attack. It's just called Rupturing Blade.
Don't use my machine.
So it's kind of like poison in this game, but not really. Also, with the power of the 4, we can just run straight through walls, which is pretty fun to do. So we just do the same thing here. And here, it doesn't matter if you hit Apocalypse and bleed damage. Okay, and now we kind of get into the meat and potatoes of the fight. So he appears back out there. That's the real Apocalypse. When we do go back out here, though, he recalls his 4 horsemen. See, that is Juggernaut's power, but Juggernaut's not even really a mutant. He just has the Gem of Sidorak. So we put on our OP boost, and we can take these guys out rather quickly, turn them back to statues. And time is actually going to be coming up here pretty soon. So we have to kill Apocalypse 3 times. And it's time. Yeah, so we went a little bit over, guys. I apologize for that.
Everyone is safe, and Apocalypse is defeated, Eric.
Defeated, yes, but not destroyed.
It is very early in the morning for me.
We'll be prepared should he ever return.
Ever the Optimus, eh, Charles?
And why not? Look what we accomplished together. Imagine the good we could continue to achieve.
Give up your childish dreams. One day soon, they could be your undoing.
Never, Eric. The world needs dreamers to give it a soul.
And it needs realists to keep it alive.
Professor, Magneto's a lost cause. Why waste time on him?
There were a dozen times Eric could have handed us over to Apocalypse in exchange for his child, but he didn't. And that proves there is hope for even the hardest of hearts.
Okay.
I still
So yeah,
don't quite understand
like I said, it's
how
very early in the
Apocalypse
morning
lost
for me
control
right
of
now.
power.
It's about
The only
2:30
way
in the
that
morning.
could have happened
I hope the commentary was good.
device had been tampered with.
Forget about it, Beast. The machine wasn't perfect, that's all. It's not like someone would have sabotaged
That
it.
run wasn't the best. We did spill over a little bit, but I really did hope you guys enjoy it.